Congrats. Congratulations on finishing this 12-day meditation challenge. You're here on day 12, and so you already have the skills to have tried meditation firsthand and decide from experience if it could help you. And we're just going to bring all of that together today in a cool way with a long meditation, so I hope you're ready. It is a challenge after all, so let's see if we can sit for 40 minutes. Hey everyone, good morning. Great to see y'all. Hey Owen, hey Keaton. All right. So everything must come to an end, and our great group here is going to come to an end after today. If you want to stay in touch, please do join the Zoom Sangha if you're practicing regularly. If you're interested in weekly meditations over Zoom that I'll be offering, the topics, the themes change each week. It's based on feedback and what people are looking for, so definitely join up if you want to keep meditating and keep doing it in community. And that's about all the preamble I'm going to give you today because I'm excited to get into this. I don't want to waste too much time before this long meditation. We've got plenty of time on the cushion. We're going to bring it all together. We're going to solidify everything you've learned. And it's a little long, as you know. So if you are tired, sleepy, you can always stand while meditating for this long. And if you're really alert and you need to relax, and you think your body might be giving you some tension, you can still lie down and practice. But assuming that you are sitting, go ahead and find that seated posture that's comfortable and alert, and get ready to get started. Ooh. Hey, back to Venezuela. Nice to have you. Okay, I'm going to set the timer up for 40 minutes. You can go ahead and close your eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. So settle into your posture, settle into your body. For the last time, let Instagram Live fade away, let the external world go. Check in with this internal world here of bodily sensations, of the breath. And let's go through the body and just make sure we can go into this meditation relaxed. So starting with the head, notice whatever sensations are predominant in the head, especially any tension that you're holding. Notice the forehead. Consciously release any tension there, inviting the forehead to relax. Inviting the eyes to relax, the temples to relax. Your facial muscles, your cheeks, your jaw. Just let them be. Release any tension. Let it all hang out. Moving to the neck and the shoulders. Invite the neck and shoulders to relax. Let go of any tension you've been carrying there. Let your arms hang. Give yourself space for the breath. Feeling the top of your body pulled upward, the bottom of your body, your tailbone, connected to the earth, to the ground. Moving into your core, feeling the whole center of your body, releasing any tension in the chest, in the back, in your belly. Let it all relax. Now moving down through your core into your tailbone, the contact with the chair or the cushion. Relaxing, feeling your tailbone connected to Mother Earth, feeling the alignment from the bottom of your spine up to your head, connected to Father Sky, and feeling into your whole lower body, allowing that lower body to relax. And allowing your body as a whole to fully relax, fully settle into your seated position or whatever position you find yourself in. Feeling all the sensations through the body, allowing any tense parts of the body to relax, but accepting tension if it's there, remembering to welcome every experience to the party, that is our internal world, to meet whatever comes up with equanimity, without judgment, to let it be, to feel it. And so as you feel the sensations through the body, you might become aware of the sensations of the body breathing. So let's go ahead and establish some concentration, some balance in the mind, returning back to our first concentration technique, counting the breaths. So we can count in 1, out 1, in 2, out 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, all the way up to 10, starting again at 1 after we reach 10. And as before, it's not a problem if the mind wanders. We return back to the number we left off on, and it's not a problem if we lose the count. We return back to 1. So go ahead and count your breaths, inviting concentration into the mind, using the count as a soft mental note, but still primarily being with the sensations of breathing, wherever you connect to those sensations the best. Whether it's the abdomen rising and falling, the chest expanding and contracting, the air through the nostrils, the breath as a whole. Be with those sensations, let those sensations be. Watch this breathing process, counting the breath to keep the mind engaged and to get into the rhythm of this practice. The measure of how you're doing is equanimity. It's not how high you can count. It's not how many times your mind wanders. It's not the state of your mind. It's how equanimously you can accept whatever those happen to be today. It'll be different every day. Every day we strive to cultivate concentration. Every day we strive to cultivate states of mind, to be better people, to bring equanimity into life, and not just equanimity, but all the Brahma Vihara qualities. metta, loving kindness, which you practice in meditation 4, sympathetic joy, being happy for others, and compassion, which you all demonstrated beautifully in meditation 10 with real people. The first step to being able to bring those qualities into the world is cultivating them ourselves. And for those qualities to arise, it helps to get the mind concentrated, to get the mind in a rhythm of tranquility. So we're doing much more than just counting. We're laying a groundwork for who we want to be, the person we want to cultivate through this practice. The version of us who can bring our best self to others. So maintaining any rhythm that you got going with the counting, you can switch from counting to noting, mentally noting in, out, with each breath. No rush if you want to count a little more, establish some balance in the mind, bring some tranquility. You can switch whenever you're ready. I've said it at least 12 times in this 12 meditation challenge, but I feel I can't say it enough. If your mind is wandering, if frustration is coming up, if this is hard, if you feel like you're not doing this right, if you feel like this isn't working, it doesn't mean you're not doing it right. It's not a problem. As long as every time your mind wanders and you notice your thinking, you return the attention back to the primary object of attention, the breath, in this case, you're doing this right. It's cultivating something within you now and going forward. Every mind moment affects the trajectory of our mind into the future through this day. There's a butterfly effect to every time we make the conscious decision to sit and notice our experience. So if you haven't already switched, move from counting the breaths to mentally noting in, out, in, out. Keeping that rhythm, being with the breath, feeling the sensations, and whatever else comes up, letting it go. Being gentle with yourself when you realize you're thinking, and gently returning back to the breath, and simply starting again. Any of the mantras that we've mentioned in these meditations are fair game to bring up when they're skillful for you. So if there's a background noise, if there's something you don't want to face, a difficult emotion, some pain, and you're struggling to meet that with equanimity, you can just welcome it to the party. Welcome to the party, sadness. Anger, welcome to the party. Frustration, welcome to the party. If you just need a simple reminder to be present, you can use the mantra, here, now, this. Your job right now is no harder than listening to that piece of music, noticing what's already there, feeling the sensations of breathing that are always there, in every moment, so long as we're alive. Being with those sensations, being present, being with this breath right now. You can note thinking when the mind wanders, when you find that you're lost in thoughts, you're lost in a story. Just dropping the mental note thinking can cut the momentum of that train of thought before it gets you. Even if it's already got you, labeling it, mentally noting it, creates a distance from it and makes it just a little easier to see it as that detached observer. That detached party host observer, welcoming whatever comes, knowing that whatever comes is just a guest, isn't permanent, and not judging what comes, not getting involved, staying removed, yet welcoming. You might have already been using the full range of vocabulary that we've learned with mental noting, but if you haven't, you can include all the senses now in mental noting, all the sense doors, hearing, seeing, probably not tasting and smelling, but who knows, thinking, feeling bodily sensations as they arise, returning back to the breath, and if bodily sensations in particular or particular thoughts are coming back over and over again, getting more particular with our vocabulary, with our mental noting, planning, tingling, pulsing, judging, analyzing, heaviness, tension, remembering, imagining, wishing, lightness, using whatever vocabulary is skillful for you to note whatever comes up, whatever pulls the attention away from the breath. Welcome it, yet don't be involved with it. Finding that middle way between acting it out and repressing it, just letting it be there, and returning back to the breath, and following what still might be the best instruction I've given you, which is just 3 words: simply start again. We're not using body scans or touch points right now, but you can remember what those techniques cultivated. The bodily awareness that was possible with the focus of being with just one small area of the body. And as much as you can, especially now that you've cultivated some concentration with the breath, when bodily sensations arise, you can feel into them deeply with that skill, with that perceptive ability that you've cultivated. Trying to feel whatever comes up fully, just for what it is, exactly as what it is, as objectively as we can. Making the distinction between what we notice and our reaction to what we notice. Making the distinction between a physical sensation and the mental reaction to that sensation. Making a distinction between the sensations that create the notion of pain and our experience of pain, which could be amplified by the mind. Just feeling what is, what's actual, what's here, what we feel intimately, directly, objectively. You are over halfway through this longest meditation we've done. I would say pat yourself on the back, but don't move if you can help it. If you do need to move, if you do need to scratch an itch, if you do need to adjust your posture, do it slowly, do it mindfully. And otherwise, it's about time to start making some choices. So we're going to move from the concentration practice on the breath we've been doing to whatever practice you want to do. And you have the same choices we outlined in Meditation 9. So first of all, on the topic of feeling into sensations deeply, you can decide how investigative you want to be. If you want to keep this practice more concentration-oriented, be with the breath, or be with the body, and let other things go, perfectly fine. You have the resources to do that. You have the skills to do that. If you want to open the practice up and stay with things other than your anchor for longer periods of time, investigating them, feeling them, noticing everything going on, mentally noting if that's helpful, you have the skills to do that as well. You can choose any anchor you want. You can mental note if you want, to whatever extent you want, but make a firm decision on that. So decide what you're doing with mental noting. Decide how open or closed your practice is, and decide where your anchor is. It could be sounds, white noise, the body, sensations, the breath. Or if there's a lot of balance in the mind, if you're up for mental noting, and you can hang with attention as it wanders around, you can drop an anchor entirely and start a practice of open awareness or choiceless awareness. remember that there's nothing explicitly for you to do. There's a lot to notice, there's a lot to be with, there's a lot to let be. And this practice is much more about being than it's about doing. Yesterday we did a practice called Do Nothing for 15 minutes. And that's about how long we have left. So after this last instruction, I'm going to give you those 15 minutes in silence to practice however you like, to practice independently, which has been my goal from the beginning, to empower you to practice meditation on your own, with or without my voice, on the cushion or in life, because mindfulness is a quality that pertains to every situation, in every time, but the only time we can cultivate it is the time it always is, which is now. Right now. This present moment. So you can notice any reactions coming up to this, saying goodbye to my voice as your meditation guide, but more importantly, saying hello to yourself as the director of your own meditation journey from here on. So take these last 15 minutes, make the best of the time that's left, and remember to be right here, right now, with this. take what you've built and cultivated in 39 minutes, and in this last minute, feel the body one more time. Starting with the feet, moving up, feel your lower body, inviting it to relax, noticing how it might feel different from 39 minutes ago, moving through the core, the torso, allowing everything to be, and moving through the arms, letting them hang, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, relaxing the face, and just settling into this moment in time and space, remembering where you are, sitting in this room, knowing you're sitting, and being here right now with this. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Congrats. Congrats on finishing the meditation challenge. You did it. You have the skills now to meditate on your own. And you haven't just built skills, you've built real human connections. There's been a sense of community here. And it really touched me, that sense of community. Not just from what you're all starting to write now, but from what you all wrote in Meditation 10 when someone was vulnerable, shared something difficult, and the people on the other end of this screen that we're looking at on Instagram actually cared, and we knew they cared. And that's rare on social media. It's somewhat rare in 2020. So it's a nice thing, and if you want to keep meditating in community, if you're going to be meditating regularly, do go to the link in my bio and sign up for the Zoom Sangha. It's weekly meditations on a theme based on what people could use, what would be useful, and an opportunity for me to continue being a resource for you, even when I'm not on Instagram anymore, which will probably be the case before too long. So yeah, also through that mailing list, I'll let you know about more content that I come out with. I'm going to come out with a little bit more, some cold exposure stuff, ice bath, breath work. I did some holotropic breath work yesterday and was just reminded how incredibly important and powerful the breath is. So if you're interested in that, you can already get started with just a simple exercise of 5 minutes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Breathe in 6 seconds, out 6 seconds. Do that the whole time, and you will be relaxed. It'll affect your state of mind. It's as powerful as meditation can be. And yeah, it's pretty remarkable stuff. So I will have more. It's not all meditation all day, but I've loved doing the meditation with you. And there will be higher quality versions of these meditations if you want to return back to them. If you want to keep coming back and using these, they'll stay on Instagram TV, but I'll have more refined versions with better audio quality on my podcast, Redeeming Disorder, in a couple weeks. And also on my podcast, if you're super curious about the deep end of meditation and the nuances of what can be helpful and what can be hurtful, and all this stuff from psychedelics to medicine to psychiatry to many, many topics, you can check out the last podcast I released there, which is a 6-hour episode on all of that stuff. Extraordinarily long and in the weeds, so probably most of you will not want to do that, but it's there. And yeah, those are the ways that I'll be able to stay in touch with you, other than reading what you're saying right now and saying our final goodbyes here. It's always bittersweet when one thing ends. Some things had to end, for this group to come together, for you to want to try meditation. You might have to let go of certain patterns. So this ending can be the beginning of other beginnings. And for all of you who want to keep in touch, I'm looking forward to doing so with you. I'm trying to read all the stuff you've said here. All right. That's funny, Rayleigh. Broccoli Dad getting a lot of love here from the Zoom Sangha. All right, so we're all feeling bittersweet. We're all feeling the love. We're all feeling glad that we did this 12-day meditation challenge. Or maybe we're not all feeling glad. Maybe some of you feel like you wasted your time, but hey, now at least you can say you don't want to meditate from experience. And if you do want to meditate, you can say you do want to meditate from experience. You have that internal motivation, the first-hand experience of noticing what happens when you practice, noticing how it affects your state of mind, and realizing, yeah, this is something I want to do. It's been something I've wanted to do for going on 4 years since I decided to do it every day, and I really haven't regretted it. At no point have I thought this was a mistake. At points it's been hard, but at no point have I regretted cultivating awareness of our internal world, of my internal world. And if you want to keep going with meditation, you are fully empowered to do it. You won't regret it. And I'm wishing you the very best with it. So I'm wishing you the best in life, in practice, and today. Have a beautiful Sunday, or whatever day you're watching this if you're not live. Thank you for sharing your practice. Show us the chair on the bed for the last time. I already took it down. Sorry. Just the cushion today, just a meditation cushion. Thanks for sharing your practice. Thanks for being with me here today. And I'm wishing you all the best. Adios.